Are we currently witnessing the greatest women's champion of time? Let's talk about it. Death Before Dishonor post show starts right now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's right. You guys know where you are. Early morning, early afternoon, depending on where you're located, with your girls, the Dynamite Dolls, your honorable hotties, Meka, Al, Meka. We are here to talk all things Death Before Dishonor. How are you feeling?
Well, it's early for me, so it might kick in halfway through. I just finished my coffee, literally as we came on, so I might get a little more hyped as we go. But a show last night. I mean, I knew it was gonna be good, but Ring of Honor Tony,
Man, Ring of Honor Tony, we already discussed. Ring of Honor Tony is a different breed of Tony Khan. We love AEW Tony. He's doing the best he can, but Ring of Honor Tony, with the addition of Big Stoke, it gets a little crazy over there, okay?
I got words for Stokely later, okay?
We will talk about Stoke. We will get to big baby Stoke, okay? But we know it's early. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys are the loves of our lives. We literally adore y'all for this. It could have been last night. Both of us were kind of out and moving around. So we're here to bring it to you now. Do not forget, we will also bring you Collision tomorrow. Collision and Rampage tomorrow. We will not be discussing Rampage tonight or right now. Death Before Dishonor has enough for us to cover. Are you ready to get into it?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Hi, Ron. I love you. Good morning, Dwayne. Y'all are the best. Death Before Dishonor, we're actually going to start with 0 Hour because 0 Hour had 4 amazing matches on it. And it would be completely remiss of us not to cover the work that was done on 0 Hour before we even get to the main card. So we can get right into it. Our first match was Josh Woods versus Tracy Williams with the Pure Rules in effect. Josh Woods and these teeth on this render, it gives me the ick every time I see it. But
yeah, it truly does.
Neither here nor there. I don't know why I didn't think this was going to be the first match on 0 Hour. I don't know what I thought the first match was going to be, but I was like, oh, right out the gate with Josh Woods and the Pure Rules.
Yeah, same. I was like, all right, let's go. Let's get into all right. Let's go off.
Ring of Honor said, we ain't got no bad matches. You're going to get what you get. Okay? And honestly, they were right. So we came out. We had a whole Pure Rules match on the on the pre-show. I'm sorry, on 0 Hour. Of course, I have to shout out Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman. Absolutely masterful work they did last night. And I say this every time, but honestly, they are my favorite commentary team at this point. It was just good. There were so many moments. Oh my God, we'll get to it during the Samoa Joe and Dalton Castle match. But just so much good out of the two of them. Good in and out of the ring. Good men. Mm-hmm. So love to see that. But yes, we did get a win from the man with the teeth. For this match. It was a good match though.
It was good. A solid, great opener. I just would like, this is an aside, Ari, get proper length shorts like your boy Tony. Everybody else is size out.
I'm out here, okay?
Listen, it makes them look worse. It makes them look too much.
Exactly. The thighs, okay? The thighs. It's summertime. The thighs are out, okay?
Thighs out, men. Thighs out.
Thighs out, giving them kneecaps. We want all of it. But I will say that it is great to see the Pure Division heating up the way that it is. The Pure Division is on fire right now, and I love it. So we're going to jump right into the next one because, again, Titans on the 0 Hour. We had two of my favorites, two of my little boys, Action Andretti and Darius Martin versus the Workhorsemen. the workhorsemen are really growing on me. They are really
Right?
good together. They're good together. They wrestle well together, but we're not going to sleep on the fact that Action and Darius are a great team.
Yeah.
They're a great team. We did get a little update on Dante. They said he is above schedule, or before, ahead of schedule on his healing, which is good to hear. We love to hear that. Maybe he can come back and they can heat up the trios division, because we'll get to that, but it's a
Oof.
struggle there right now. Well, it was a struggle, but then things happened, so we'll get to it. But
Yeah. At this point, it was struggling. Let's just at this point in
at
time,
this point, it was
0
struggling.
hour trios was struggling. The three of them, I would like to see it.
They could bring some breath to it, but this great match, Action is really coming into his own, and he's getting comfortable, and he's getting comfortable in those big moments, and I love that. He's getting comfortable with saying, you know what, all right, let's do it, and he does it, and he executes it well. Good morning, Casey.
Oh boy, Casey's here.
People are here. I'm feeling good. There's 6 of y'all here. If you haven't spoke to us yet, at least throw a good morning in the chat. We love to see who's here with us, kicking it, processing their feelings as well. You guys got to sleep on it, so we're going to get into it. But Action and Dante get the win, and you know what? Not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either, but you're right. Like Action, like he's lifting giant men, sir. I love to see it. It's just surprise after surprise with these two. Like you
Yeah.
thought I was just a fun high flyer. No, I can lift this huge man.
And
Like,
did lift that huge
he
man.
yes. And I was like, no, this is what? The first of like the rest of the night being like, what? No.
And then it was like, oh.
Oh, I loved it. I wouldn't have been mad at either tag team because you're right. I do like the workhorsemen. They just crept up and were like, hey, we're one of your favorites. I'm like, I guess.
Now, I giggled because Caprice goes, and this is what you're getting on the free part of the show. And I was like,
you right?
you better tell him, Caprice. Good morning, my big brother Sloan. Love you so much. I hope you made it home safely. Casey is in love with the Claudio shirt. We will get there because things happened, honey. They happened. We'll roll right into the next match. We got some women on 0 hour. We're never going to complain on Ring of Honor because we always get at least 2 women's matches on any Ring of Honor show. It does not matter if it's a weekly show, whatever. There was one time where we got 5 and we were absolutely exhausted that night. But Ring of Honor does not skip on the women. We got Layla Hirsch versus Trish Adora, and I'm gonna say it. That heifer won, and she should not have won.
You know what?
I don't care if y'all like Layla Hirsch. That's your personal business. That's it. That's all, as our Auntie Tab would say. Because that's your business. But she should not have won that match.
I kind of agree. I don't really hate Layla. She's just kind of there for me, and I'm hoping this Ring of Honor run is good for her because we've seen a lot of people grow. Skyby, our favorite pyro. But like I feel like Trish has so much momentum. She's in the infantry. She's coming in hot. She had that great match this week, and I just kind of like, why? I get it, but I also no.
I agree. Skyby coming out for the save was super cute. Layla did submit Trish. If you did not see the match, I will say this about Trish. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of Trish because of some personal stuff that happened. She just wasn't nice to me, and I don't like that. But I always give respect where respect is due, and she's killing it in Ring of Honor right now. I love seeing her come out with the infantry because I love Carly and Sean. She fits in perfect with them. She is in a position right now to do big things in Ring of Honor. And so for her to have so much momentum coming up and then them to let Layla stomp it out, that really just made me mad. And then to have Sky Blue come out as her savior, like, bro, don't disrespect Trish like that. Like, and that's coming from, okay. So anyway, we did get Skyby out. So we'll see some type of something happening with Layla and Skyby soon. Maybe a tag team. Maybe Maria will actually fight. We don't know what's happening here. But it was a cute moment.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, you're right. Sky Blue, of all people, coming for the save. Like, Trish doesn't need the save. Trish does
not need the save.
Trish is the savior. She's not the one who needs the saving. Like,
I mean, just saying. But
Also, was real worried that Sky was gonna fall down them stairs.
yeah, she was very gingerly running, which would have been me because
That part.
I'm going to be the one to fall on TV. That's why I'm not a wrestler. That's why I'm not a referee. I need to do the sit down or the stand in one place stuff because I'm going to fall on TV. And y'all going to be, and then my feelings are going to be hurt. So I'm not even going to do it. We're not even doing it. So we'll get it. Hey, Joseph, it would be me. This is why I'm not there. I can barely even hop on the apron of the ring because I'm short. Okay. It was a struggle at any other show that I've been to. But anyway, we'll talk about it.
So I've gotten in the ring on steps and I'm just like,
telling you.
I tripped trying to get my friend's dog back into her business. Okay. I got a big scraped knee from this injury. And I'm 4'11". Okay. This is not, I injured myself in stupid ways. I couldn't do the stairs.
We're not doing. I did giggle though when Sky was yelling at her outside the ring on that bottom picture because she's barely taller than the apron. Girl, nobody's scared of you. Nobody's scared of you.
Layla and I are the same height. So if you want perspective of why I would fall down the stairs, Layla, Kira. Same height.
But we'll move on. We had one more Titan of a match, and this was a Titan of a match. Why we have not seen the rest of Shane Taylor promotions. Ron was in the comments. Why we have not seen Moses. Why we have not seen. Well, we know where Kaiju is. Kaiju is currently in MLW, killing it with Mr. Boombaye over there, and we love that. But there are other members of Shane Taylor promotions that deserve to be on TV, and I'm just going to say it. It is what it is. But one of the beloved AR Fox, the husband of one of our sister girlies on here, and one of the loves of my life, Shane Taylor. Listen, I did not expect this match to go the way it went. I'm not mad about it, only because they're building AR as a formidable opponent for Orange Cassidy. But this is the second person that Shane has had to take a loss to. And I don't like that.
Maybe this means the rest are coming. You know? Like, maybe this is like, we broke him down and he's like, nah, we're not going to do this anymore. And the rest of the crew comes. Could be. Or he just changes the whole thing with the workhorseman and steps up and he's like, I was just chilling and now I got to be for real. Yeah. Maybe.
Listen, Casey, them children. Yes. Sorry,
who were those children at ringside?
I don't know.
Later on,
annoying. They were on my nerves. Do you hear me? Oh my God, shut up, child.
I will have there should be a rant about the crowd later, in the 6-man tag match, but we'll get to that later.
AR1, we love this for AR. He's on the up trajectory. It was actually a really good match.
So good.
Really good match. I had some great spots. Shane, honestly, I love that he's in a position to put people over. Mm-hmm. He's in a position that if you beat Shane, it looks valid. Mm-hmm. And I love that. But now it's time for him to get some more wins. So we're done doing charity work. Start knocking these people out so we can go on about our business. Okay?
Okay, great. But this man off the rope? Flip off a rope? Was it a moonsault? Sir.
I don't. Sir. And then the 450 onto the floor?
Sir.
Please. Too much.
Also, like, again, Ian and Caprice on commentary during this match was hilarious.
I agree, Casey. We're not. No, they were hilarious on commentary. Okay.
This match, particularly when Caprice was worried about the do-rag, and Ian's like, please tell me later. I do not understand.
You know what? Y'all know I always acknowledge tweets. Somebody tweeted last night and said, AR Fox doing a 450 splash and a full do-rag is the blackest thing that I've seen in a very long time. And you know what? Same.
I think that was lyric. I think that was our own lyric.
We love AR Fox here. We love what Ring of Honor is doing, and Ian and Caprice, they were on fire commentary last night. And we'll get into it. Exactly, Joseph. Don't even get me started. I'm so glad that man is gone over to Collision where he belongs with that other clear man. Let them do what they do over there.
They're fine on Collision. They're fine
You
on
were
Collision.
the flow over here, okay? It's a party over here, and you was coming over with the hater vibes, and we didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's what it is. We got a beautiful, beautiful match with AR Fox, and we will see him next week against our boy Orange Cassidy.
He needs a nap.
Again, there are things that are going to happen, but yes, this is the free. And I'm going to stop right here real quick and acknowledge that anybody that purchased the pay-per-view through Honor Club, unfortunately, was having issues. I couldn't even purchase it through Honor Club. It just gave me the ability to like put a reminder on there.
Oh,
so
weird.
While I watched, did it work for you?
I bought it maybe like a few hours before though, because I was checking it. So maybe like 2 or 3 hours I bought it and it worked for me. I had like a minute, like a 30-second lag on mine, but for me it worked. But I did purchase it a couple hours before, so
I don't
maybe
even know what it cost because it didn't give me the opportunity to purchase it. So I watched 0 Hour, and then of course we went to our other methods to watch the pay-per-view, and that's just what I did.
It was $40 through Honor Club, so not bad.
And we do want to say congratulations to Ian. He is exclusive with Ring of Honor and AEW. Honestly, I think that's best for them, and I think Caprice is right behind him. If they're smart, they'll lock Caprice in too.
Oh yeah. Please.
So right now we're going to transition, guys, into our full card, which again just kept the momentum going. We'll go right into it. We started with Gravity and Commander. I think this was the perfect match to start with because it was lucha action for sure, but it didn't have as much kind of heavy meaning or story as some of the other matches. It was just a let's get the crowd hot match, and hot the crowd got.
Well, it did have a point later.
It did have a point later. I do like Kevin Kelly on Collision. I don't mind
like Kevin Kelly.
Stay on Collision. We got Buzz Lightyear gear.
Love his Buzz Lightyear gear.
But it definitely does have a story.
Mm-hmm.
But the match itself, I was tired. Okay? It was happening. That man made me a fan last night for sure. For sure. How'd you feel, Al? Oh, that's right alley.
I loved it. I mean, I called that this because there was. You look at the card. What else was going to open the show?
No, yeah.
Clearly.
The only match that would have opened is the Mogul Embassy match.
Yeah, but that would have been a bad idea.
On the other side.
Well, I guess maybe the way we'll get into it later. Maybe it would have been okay open, but this is the perfect opener.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, okay, well, we're just going to see Gravity, which we've only seen him a few times in Ring of Honor. So I was like, all right, this is cool. Turns out he's going to wrestle Pac. Makes sense. The win makes sense. I like this nice little push. Also, commentary pointed out why Commander is hanging out with Alex and the Lucha Bros. He was a fan of Rey Fénix as a child, and now he gets to be besties with him. And I love that, but I have questions now. But anyways, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that.
But so it makes sense. I like it. I was not expecting Gravity to win, but the fact that he's moving on to Dynamite to face Pac, I like it. I'm not mad at it because it doesn't hurt Commander because it was such a good match.
Exactly, Joseph. It was a great match. Started out hot. Shout out to Pro Wrestling and MMA News for most of these pictures. But yes, Commander takes the L.
Barely though. It was a surprise to everybody.
Listen, it's all good. Tony Khan, a mark, and the only reason why I do is because he gives us some of the matches that we feel like no one else would give us, right? Like Tony is like, you know what? It's some history there. Let's do it.
And Tony's full of that history in his little brain. He's just an encyclopedia.
And I love it.
He can pull out facts from like 1985, and you're like, bruh, what?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious. But we moved right along to Samoa Joe versus Dalton Castle with a surprise guest on commentary. Our boy Big Stoke joins commentary. I don't know if it was by choice or by force.
Little from column A, little from column B.
It seemed like our friend is under a lot of duress. The boys come out with Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle comes out full peacock, ready to go. Samoa Joe comes out in my favorite shorts, which means somebody's gonna die. But Dalton had a lot of offense in this match. There was a lot of offense from Dalton. It was some good messing around with the boys. But let me tell you, Caprice was not having Stokely and the foolishness on commentary when Caprice looked at him and hollered, "Man, what is wrong with you?" They're not having it. Listen, it ended up being a whole thing. The boys get thrown out of ringside because they're interfering.
They were not. They are licensed managers. I will hear none of these shenanigans. They did not interfere. He was out of the ring. They just had to help him back in the ring. That's what they do. Yes, they do.
Interfering. Samoa Joe, while Stoke has the ref distracted, delivers a low blow and submits that man to the heavens. And still, as I predicted, it looks like Dalton won't be getting that Emmy this time around. Sorry, kid. Possibly, but we'll see. You're excellently. He did throw a tantrum. He literally went over to Stokely and told him to fix it. So Stokely got kicked out of ringside, and then the match was 1-on-1 instead of 1-on-2.5. Okay. And yes, we got
We don't need. Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe. He doesn't need low blows. He doesn't need Stokely to get rid of the boys. Joe can just knock those boys out. So I don't understand why Joe is this.
He's working smarter and not harder.
I don't like this.
If I have a board member at my disposal that is deathly afraid of me, that can make things happen when I want them to happen, and I can wrestle and not break a sweat, guess what I'm going to do?
Well, then he should have removed them from ringside in the beginning, okay?
No, he had to have a reason. He can't just be biased and kick him out up front. He had to have a reason.
The first time they put him in the ring, he should have got it kicked out, okay? But at the low blows, cheap. I don't like this, Joe. Joe, listen. You are better than this. You're excellent.
Casey. A moment, okay? We love Ian. Ian definitely knows where he is in life.
Mm-hmm. He knows who he is.
And I appreciate that. He had if you missed it on Twitter this morning, he did tweet about Athena and Willow and why it was so important and why it meant so much to him having Black people that have married into his family and witnessed how they've been treated and things like that. And so Ian, to me, is just he's just a pure heart. But when he said, I was somebody that knows anything about no waves, I cackled because you're right, Ian. You don't, but it's okay.
He was like, hey, teach me. He said, hey, tell me after the show what that means. And you know what? Yeah. He just wants to learn. We love that for Ian.
He just wants to learn.
Whatever Tony Khan is paying Ian and Caprice, pay them more.
Pay them more. But yeah.
You know what? I love Joe. I love and respect Joe, but I don't like the way this was ending. Okay. I don't like him bullying Stokely to get his way. I don't like it. But shout out to the boys. Okay. Like I said, you're doing amazing, sweetie. They did what they had to do. Dalton looked great. Okay. We got all the slams around.
And still.
I don't like this dirty Joe. I don't like it. He's better than this.
1-1. Because I did not pick Gravity. So I'm 1-1 right now.
We didn't do tallies. Whoopsie.
We do. Not the boy turn coming soon. Stop it. Stop it. Casey. Go to the next one. We're not doing this today.
I'm not entertaining Casey because you know what? I don't like that. Casey just tries to get on my nerves every week and every day, and I don't like that. This match.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Okay? Pissed. I'm pissed.
I didn't want to be right, y'all.
First, I need y'all to just look at Penta. As my girl Keeks said on Twitter and Instagram, the man puts on his clothes and calls us broke every time he comes to the ring. Look at this. This is art.
And then commentary pointed out that in Lucha, in Mexican culture, you wear white for your big event. This was his big event.
Penta.
It's the coolest.
I don't care what y'all got to say. That man and that gear, he ate yesterday. Okay. Ate with no everything. Okay. Give Penta everything. Everything. It will be Joseph. I'm gonna submit it. It'll be on Turnbuckle Glam. I just needed to put that there because hello.
It's so perfect. They are the coolest human beings in the world. In and out of the ring, these boys dress.
Oh, because they were hilarious at FanFest. Absolutely.
I love this so much.
But listen, guys, the match was everything. It was really good. I loved it. It was fast paced. It was hard hitting. It was a lot of moments where we thought this team was going to win and that team was going to win and this team was going to win. And they gave it to the Stinky Boys.
I didn't want to be right. I told y'all. But I thought my boys were going to win. I thought Best Friends had it.
When I tell y'all that 1, 2, 3 happened, I was like, no.
I could feel it. I could feel it over here.
So pissed. Okay. So pissed. This is not going to be how you take the titles off of the baby Lucha Brothers. Okay. Pissed. When I tell you, I was like, y'all let the Stinky Boys win, and I'm not happy about it. But Casey says the kingdom was robbed. Luna said not the broke boys. Casey, I don't hate Aussie Open winning, but I would have built this up more. Joseph said they pinned the team that I thought should have won. DJ, Ray Phoenix is one of my faves. Every time I see Ray Phoenix match, I see something I've never seen before. 100%.
The rope kick in the head? Excuse me?
Crazy.
Because I was like, what's he do? Oh.
I don't hate it, but I thought it should have been done later. Yep, Tony tipped his hand when he said he was nervous. Yep, he did a little bit, but you know what? I'm gonna say this. Stinky Boys, y'all better show me something. Since y'all have these titles, you better show me something. I want to see bangers. I want to see y'all wrestling for your lives. Because if you don't, strip them.
You can't just be a cool theme song.
No. And bathe, please. FTR for Aussie Open for both titles and All In. Okay. I mean, whatever.
I don't hate that.
We are Bobby.
Thanks,
I hope
Bobby.
you have a great day today. But yes, we got the Stinky Boys with the win. But this is not going to be the last that we see of the Lucha Brothers tonight.
Oh, no.
But for those that missed it, here's your graphic. Aussie Open, your new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. I do want to go back really quick and acknowledge that on commentary, they did mention that this is the first Death Before Dishonor, or the first pay-per-view that did not have either Mark or Jay on it. And that was kind of sobering because I was like, sheesh, Mark's hurt, Jay is in the past. So that's crazy. But Death Before Dishonor still didn't disappoint, but we did miss Briscoe presence. I will say that. We missed them. But Jay's always...
Mike had his Dem Boy shirt on during this match, so they're always repping.
Always with us.
Yeah.
Always. There's Jay's on the side plates, so they're always with us.
That's beautiful. You know what? At least we touched those belts before they did.
We did. We touched those belts. They're gorgeous.
Oh,
They're
so
heavy.
beautiful.
And Jay looks amazing on that side plate. If you ever get the opportunity to see the Ring of Honor tag titles up close, honestly, please do. They are beautiful. I have a picture holding them. I have a picture holding Penta's belt. It was we got chills getting up close and seeing that Dre on the side of those belts on that side plate. But we'll move right along from our tag team match and went right into a good 6-man match. Leon came out and said, "I got my braids back. It's time to go." I was giggling the whole time. Yeah, I was stunned too, Joseph, when he said that. That kind of took me aback. I expected this match to be a lot shorter.
Same.
They got some offense in.
This was not how I thought this match was gonna go. I mean, the ending, of course, but like, poor Leon. Why did they do him like this? So, the fear in this man's eyes at some points, I was like, leave him alone.
Share it, Casey, whenever you're ready. Yes, Big Bill was watching. Let me tell you something.
He was. This man.
Toa is slimming down, and it's really crazy how much he's slimming down. But let me tell you something. That pin, you don't have to sit on that man like that.
Why you do that?
Just a minute. Just a minute. Just.
But like, why this match did have so much time, and then like
Prince
offense
getting his in tickled me. Okay, I giggled when he was just on the apron windmilling. Like, please,
what are you doing?
Leave the kid alone, okay? 12 and a half minutes exactly. That's a lot when it was supposed to be a squash. Yes, okay, that was too funny to me.
You did tweet that, Casey.
He did it. Oh, that's like Casey. He did.
Shout out, Nana.
In this, okay. You know, hey, Joseph. Hey.
Brian Cage with the pants.
Yeah, and still, I don't think anybody picked anyone else on this match. And still, I think the only match that probably threw people with their predictions was the tag team match because it literally could have went any way. And a lot of people didn't.
I didn't want to be right about that tag team match, guys.
Gross. But
I like to be right, but not about that. But also, like, the Big Bill's just going to take them all out. Like, sir, there's 3 of them. And, like, I know you're Big Bill. But, like...
Find some friends. Because you can't yourself.
Him and Lee... I'm not putting Lee in the ring with these guys. No, why would you do this?
Oh, no. We don't need Evil Frank Ocean to be murdered. For what reason?
Why? Because Big Bill said so? Big Bill?
Like,
no. Please. Sick of that man.
He needs more friends.
Who's going to be friends with Big Bill?
Not me.
Not me.
I'm not getting in there to get my chest set on.
No, thank you. This match.
This is where we started really ramping up, guys. Sorry.
This is a roller coaster. Like, Tony took us on a ride.
All right,
and
DJ.
We're like, whee!
You gotta go.
No, get out.
You gotta go. Please don't get it.
Well, Big Bill might.
The firm, maybe. Maybe. Stokely's got his hands full with Uncle Joe right now. He's being stalked. They were a roller coaster, and we are going to get into them. Yes, I said Evil Frank Ocean, Ron. Evil Frank Ocean. Shout out to Ron. We love Ron. Part of Shane Taylor Promotions. I think he's a champ right now. 5 belts currently. A couple of them over 200 days. We love Ron, follow Ron, support Ron, and we should see Ron on Ring of Honor TV very soon. Tony Khan. Okay. So we're going to get right into this peer match because Jesus Christ. Shabbat Daniel, let me tell you something. It's Daniel's time. It really is.
I hate to say it.
I don't hate to say it. I mean, I get why you hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. It's Daniel's time. I love Daniel in this match. He was able to still be himself. Shibata was able to be himself, but they were still able to meet in the middle and deliver a really good match. The dancing down into the sitting position tickled me to the core. Okay. I was like, you better get it, Daniel. They should have given Daniel that belt back. He should have been, I'm going to say it, he should have won. I don't ever have a problem with Shibata winning. Let's be clear. We love Shibata. But Daniel wrestled his ass off in this match. And he deserves, it's time. Put gold back on him and let him do his thing. Bobby says this match was great. Casey had one husband on the show tonight and he did not disappoint. Thank God. I screwed over 3 nights in a row. Right. Ron, that dancing down to the sitting position. I was like, child.
But the dancing till the very end, sir. Till the very end.
To the end. It was Shibata just standing there looking at him as he danced with increased vigor. I was like, please. Please. The pelvic thrusts are getting more intense as we're going.
We've seen so much pelvic thrusts this week.
Exactly, Joseph. And that's why I thought that they would take it off of him and put it back onto Daniel. Because he hasn't been back to the LA dojo, which is weird. But, no, I don't want the man with the teeth to be the one.
No, not Josh Woods.
Not the teeth man. Come on.
No, I don't like that. But I also think that maybe they didn't do it they didn't put the belt on Daniel because he has that stuff going on with JAS and maybe Tony wants more separation.
Maybe so.
Like I see it and it would have been great. I hate being nice to Daniel Garcia, but he's a good wrestler. But
I agree with
that part. So maybe that's why. But also
great match.
Great match.
Great match. Shout out to Daniel. Continue doing what you are doing, Daniel. You are so good, so charismatic, and you're over. And we support you here on Women's Wrestling Talk. Keep doing your thing. Keep hitting the girls with a dance. We support it. And it will be your time soon.
Listen,
we know it will.
If you want to talk about your dance moves, Daniel, you can hang out with us.
Anytime. Anytime. We're going to move on to the match that had Al in shambles. The fight without honor, Dark Order versus the Righteous. Somebody tweeted and said, was it DJ? DJ, it might have been you that tweeted and said it was like Spicy White Night during this match. Yeah. I agree, Ron. It would have made more sense. I said this on the Ring of Honor show on Thursday, but I mean, we don't know what Tony's cooking over there. We're gonna let Tony and Stoke cook, but figure it out because Daniel needs a belt. Listen, don't even go to the picture yet because this.
Go ahead.
I don't know why we're still wrestling in white when we have a fight without honor, but I was a little disturbed. But the maximum disturbing didn't come until the Legos were mixed in with the thumbtacks.
That part, truly the most violent of all things we saw this week.
When that happened, I went from distress to just, you're sick. You're diabolical. I don't understand. And then for Ian and Caprice to say, we both have children. And we all know that the Legos, the involuntary bodily movements that you make when you step on a Lego, like Legos and thumbtacks?
That's the thing. You can see a thumbtack or a barbed wire and be like, that hurts. But you've never really experienced a barbed wire, right? Most people. But you have stepped on Legos before. So we all knew what that pain was. And we're like, whew.
Casey, I was so stressed. Stu took it like a Stu train, took it like a champ, but baby, that was a long fall.
That's a long way down.
A long fall. Exactly. They have families. Like, come on. Even Uno's mask was ripped almost completely off. Like, the match gave exactly what I would have wanted it to give. It wasn't too it wasn't over the top gimmicky violent,
Mm-hmm.
but it gave just enough that you could feel the feelings. You know what I mean? You could feel it. Yeah, me too. When he went through that, because he hit both tables perfect, I thought, yeah. So the Legos were not a nice touch. They stressed me out. They stressed me out, real. Don't do that.
I liked it because
That
you know
match
what?
was insane.
The Legos were still the Dark Order being just a hint of silly, but
Mhm.
like we're violent. But we went through a table like 2 minutes in.
2 minutes.
Uno is, and I was like, first of all, where'd the table come from? Second of all, we just started. The bell just rang.
Boy had a big red blood spot in the middle of his back within about 2 minutes of the match.
Also, Stu is on that righteous train. Paint was white tonight. Khaki pants, not fully white.
Not fully white, but getting there.
He's
Stu
getting there.
also was avoiding them thumbtacks with his life. Okay?
I mean, same.
Avoiding. The spot with the thumbtacks pointing outward on the front of the boot, and he's kicking Vincent in the face. Bro.
Johnny's
Threw
a menace.
Threw a table off of the stage, the barbed wire wrap double table.
This match was for me. This was a fight without honor. And I was like worried. I didn't know how this was gonna go.
That's a great question.
Yeah, who did this? Whose diabolical mind was this? But I want to know where this goes from here. But the edge of the Dark Order, they were like, we gotta do what we gotta do. Feelings be damned. We're gonna like. Uno was like, all right, I gotta hit my friend in 20 years. He was ready.
Right. Right. The chair shots.
Oh my God.
Uno was throwing them chair shots, bro. He was swinging the hell out of that chair.
He's full of rage. His friend of 20 years has joined a cult. And also, they got Hangman drama still looming over them. They are angry.
Yeah.
So then Johnny was like, you know what? The Bucks can do a shoe. Let me do my kick pad. I was not expecting the kick pad. I did not expect such violence from my boys.
To the face.
To the face. And Vincent said, okay. And he was like, all right, we're not going to do the chest. Face? And when Dutch went through the barbed wire table, please.
Hello.
Are we getting it running? We're getting it running, guys.
Look
who's here.
The love of my life. Hi, girl.
Yay, we are complete.
Hello.
We're so happy you're here.
Well, thank you. I am happy to be here. I didn't realize you guys get like notifications. I thought it just like brought me in the back quietly, but apparently it doesn't. So hi. Hello.
Joseph and Casey.
Call this a run-in.
But wait, we have to go back really quickly because we did not talk about what happened during the 6-man tag with everybody coming out, or did it happen here?
No, it was Claudio.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, best friends and Lucha Bros. They have some. They have
okay.
We'll see this.
I couldn't remember where it was, but yes, Legos and thumbtacks and barbed wire tables. Oh my! We got.
I was just chilling, eating pizza, watching this, just so happy. Aisha,
and I was there like this.
You were scared. Aisha, you were there live. Our girl was there live in the scrub, talking to everybody last night. So proud of her. We're at this part.
You know, it was great. It was good. But like, I'm not going to lie, like during this, like there were a couple times that I screamed, and it was so funny because, you know, like the media people, like we kind of sit together, and I'm usually like, it was me and another woman, and they're kind of looking at me, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, you just gotta let me just get it out.
Listen, because I didn't even scream at the thumbtacks. The Legos.
The Lego and thumbtack combo. That's not the kind of combo you want in life.
Back? He has Legos and thumbtacks stuck in his back in that picture.
Did you see the photo he posted on his socials with the bloody mask? Hungy did go full on Young Bucks. He said, I could do it too.
Yeah, he did. Only thing we were missing was some explosion of some sort. They gave
That's
us
what we need.
else. Stu going through a table from a 20-foot ladder. We got Dutch going through a double barbed wire table. We got Legos and kick pads and thumbtacks and chair shots and just
Oh
everything
my.
that you could have wanted out of a match without honor. And it was still done classily because this is Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
You
Aisha,
know?
you've seen a lot of violence this week. How do you feel?
Yeah, because you had blood and guts and the match. Oh my God.
Like I handled it well. I tried to compose myself when I'm in public, and made it do what it do. So we'll see what tonight has to bring with Collision. So we'll see. It just
Because this has to be going somewhere. Because Dark Order gets the win. So this has to be going somewhere for the righteous to lose, right? And there was still not even a hint of a turning back from Stu, which I thought we would get, that Stu might kind of try to help his boys, and he didn't. So we got to see. This is shaping up. We got to see. They have a corporate card. I have a feeling that they have a corporate account with it.
They got a Home Depot, they got a Lowe's, they got them all.
Home Depot, Lowe's, all of them. Office Max, whatever, all of them.
Oh yeah. Where are you gonna get your thumbtacks?
So we'll have to see. I'm invested though. This
also
match, I'm invested.
And like last week on Rampage, Dark Order's promo was a little spicy, right? So we felt like a little spicy, but like we were cheering them here. So like,
I was just hoping nobody died.
True that, but my boys did the thing, and I'm proud of them. And they were with the crowd. They were, they weren't against the crowd. So I'm interested in what we doing with the Dark Order.
Yeah.
I still think they need to go over and talk to Hangman, because like, why are you wearing our colors? What are we doing? There's still unfinished business over there. They got a lot happening still, but I don't know what this means for any of it. I don't know.
I'm ready to see.
We ready?
Yeah. Listen. Okay. Sorry, I forgot that I was the lead here. Okay, so
yes, you're in charge. This is your show.
This is ghetto. So we moved right along, and again, this card, and I'm gonna say it from beginning to end, including 0 Hour, was a titan of a card. I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to Tony Khan for the pivot that he did in booking this pay-per-view. I told y'all once, and I wrote about it in my article, but for those that missed it, Tony Khan did say on the scrum that this card is not at all what the original card was supposed to be, because of injuries, because of people competing out of the country, because of so many things that were happening. And he had to pivot just as much as he did with Forbidden Door last year with all of the injuries. So to get the pay-per-view that we got from a last-minute pivot, including the 0 Hour matches, y'all, honestly, thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you, Stokely. Thank you, Jerry Lynn. The team, y'all, and our wrestlers, y'all pulled it out. Y'all wrestled for your lives. There was not a dull moment on this pay-per-view for me. Even the matches that I didn't think were going to be anything, that freaking 6-man tag match, like, I was like, yeah, the Mogul Embassy is going to win, but then it was entertaining and it was funny. It was, shout out to Ring of Honor. You guys have our hearts here. Women's Wrestling Talk. We're going to support y'all as much as we can. Y'all did a wonderful job. Claudio and Pac. I'm going to say it again. Tony told us that Claudio was on a training sabbatical in Switzerland. You can tell. The way that man came back from Blood and Guts, the way he came out last night, that is the mindset is a little bit of a different Claudio than we've been seeing. The body is even more cut. He's lean. He is looking like respectfully. The man looks great. Switzerland did great for him. I feel like I need to put Switzerland on my list. Maybe I can get some,
Yeah, are there more of them in Switzerland like that?
I don't even want Claudio. I just want the benefits the body did. Is it the water out there? Is it the glacier?
I'm looking for Claudio. Sorry.
What is it?
It's probably like the good healthcare. I mean, let's
whatever it is, burn is on my list. So I'm gonna have to bump it up apparently, and go on a training sabbatical as well.
Coffee, lots of coffee and fresh air,
and ice water from the mountains. Yes, you can tell Claudio to come off. Yes, DJ said it's the chocolate. Listen, whatever it is,
whatever,
we got to find out. These two, this wasn't even like a match. It was just, we don't like each other, so we're just gonna fight. Fight. It was just a fight. Like, I don't even know what to say. What do you guys have? It was literally a fight.
I was going into this. I'll be honest, like I wasn't super invested in this pairing. I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, I'm sure, why not? And I was looking forward to Athena and Willow, obviously, but I was like, okay, cool. Like I know that two strong fighters will get a good match. I did not expect the things to happen. Like Claudio just like lifting, just up, and like nobody knew where he was going. The table was there, right? But the table had been there at this point for a few minutes, and I feel like all of us kind of forgot about it. And then all of a sudden, he was just like, bloop, and we were like, what?
He really just, he just yeeted that man.
It was such a yeet. It was like a. He just flung.
Did he say Kobe after? Like, what does he do?
Really?
And we were all looking at each other like, but the table was there. So it's like something we should have expected. But honestly, the fact that like there was just it was just kind of like, oh. And we're like, oh, yes, that.
That part, Josh, you're right.
Yeah.
He did. Murdered by yeet via table. Because I was literally like, wait.
Everybody just went in their home, in the building.
I think it was the fact that it was so effortless.
Yeah.
He didn't even struggle. He didn't even take a deep breath. It was just like, doop, 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 boom, through the table, bam. Like, hello?
Claudio. He's like the strongest human being.
Listen, and then we had a visitor.
I was waiting for him. I was waiting for it.
Of course, you always have the little wasp that won't go away. Yuta comes out doing what Yuta does, being annoying little child. Shout out to that man. He has more lives than a cat because he's died so many times, and yet he's still here being a menace. Because Hangman just got done hanging that man literally with a chain.
Yeah, like a couple hours before.
You're back. So, you just whatever, Lil Bill. So he comes out, he causes trouble, of course. Claudio gets the win, not that he needed the little annoying little brother to show up. Yeah. But that's what happens when you have two consummate professionals. That is a nod to who Pac and Claudio are both in and out of the ring. But there were some people that weren't too happy with this, with the little annoying kid showing up, and then there was a couple of people. I'm trying to remember the order. So I think it was the Lucha Brothers first.
Yes.
And they came out to to help Pac because, they were the Death Triangle. So they were former, 6-man tag, trios champions over in AEW. So, of course, they come out to help their people, which I like it because I like a little bit of a heel Penta. I like heel Penta.
I like when they're spicy.
I like Penta, so I like heel Penta a lot. So
because he's going to come out in the black. Ooh.
Listen, because the white was godly. So if he comes out in the black, I'm just going to lose it again. So they come out first, a little mixing it up here, and then our boy...
it was best friends came out
best friends.
because they had beef from the tag match.
And then our boy Orange Cassidy comes out with a locked and loaded super punch that came from the heaven, because that orange punch hurt him. Because after he threw it, he was like, "Oh crap!"
Well,
Like
his hand is messed up.
Like, please, you're supposed to be on break. Like, we're resting.
See, I told you. You said Thursday that they're gonna. Oh, he has a week off. I said no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
And here he is throwing orange punches from the rafters. And it was just some good chaos. It was some good chaos. I liked it. I don't care. I liked it. Everybody got something to say. Best friends got feelings. The Death Triangle is like, we still here. That's still our friend. Orange Cassidy is like, I'm just giving out orange punches to whoever wants some. It's all good, whatever. Like, I'm here for it.
Like, Claudio doesn't know what happened because he just got knocked out.
He took that orange punch to the top of the head, bro.
He doesn't know where he is. He's still in that building in his mind.
Orange said, like, the best friends are here, so I guess now I guess to be here. He's like, I guess it's time for people.
They are my friends, you know. So. Exactly. The man needs a break. He's tired. But this actually is going to lead to a match.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. None of this was on my bingo card.
No.
But also we got to point out for earlier in the tag match that Penta and Ray were a little spicy. They pulled the ref out during that best friend. This is why we got beef. We didn't even talk about it.
And it was because when Ray did it, I think he didn't realize his own strength, because he yanked him out, but then he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, he was probably because he didn't. I don't think the ref expected to be pulled that hard, because
you're in the moment. You're just going.
Him. And so he was like, I'm sorry. This camera shows him. He's like, I'm sorry.
And then he's like, oh, over here. And they get a full distraction. And that's when Penta gets the chair. This is what leads to my spicy boys. Spicy Lucha.
The people are spicy. Everybody.
This makes sense though. You got to be spicy because everybody's like forgotten that the Lucha Bros are tag champs in Ring of Honor. Okay. Now they're like, hey, remember us? We earned this in this Reach for the Sky ladder match. Oh, our friend's back. Remember, we're full of violence.
But even before then, we were murdering people with Pac as the trio.
They got to remember who they are. Death Triangle.
They had a whole best of 7 series.
Exactly. Remember, put some respect on their name.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was there for that ladder match in LA. I know. I'm there for that.
Orange is fine with that. Okay.
He's just a supportive friend.
I just said that he wore all white last night. If he comes out in black, it's time. Mm-hmm. It's time, and it's time, and it's time.
I want to know where Commander plays into this.
He doesn't. Commander is like, look, I love y'all, but this ain't my business. This happened before I started hanging out with y'all. I'm gonna support y'all back here. If you need a fourth, you can send me a text, and I'll come out. But y'all got it though. Y'all, you know who y'all are. Y'all got it. I'm gonna stay right here.
Because it's weird to me that the commentary would be like, oh, well, this is why he's hanging out with them. Oh, wait, they just went back to their mean little bastard of a friend.
Commander don't need them people. Commander will go.
He needs Alex though for translation purposes.
Barely that. We got Duolingo and Google Translate.
He's like Shibata.
Listen.
Speaking to the phone, please. So, I mean, I think we're going to get some updates with all of this stuff coming soon. And I think it's going to be interesting. We got to keep an eye on what's going on here because it's getting spicy.
It's very spicy. Should we hit a commercial break before we get into this main event?
I think we need a commercial break. Everybody take a breath. We're going to let TK talk to you guys. It's only 60 seconds. Go get some water. Go get whatever you need to do a stretch, shake it out. Because we have y'all already know, women's business. We got to get into these fields. So we're going to do it.
Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw post-show, WoW post-show, AEW Dynamite post-show, Women's Wrestling Army post-show, NXT post-show, Impact Wrestling post-show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live post-show, On the Scroll, ROH post-show, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Sorry, on the heels of our next match, before we get into it, I was scrolling Instagram because we just talked, not Instagram, Twitter. We just talked about how significant this main event is in Ring of Honor history and women's wrestling history for Willow and for Athena both. And we talked about earlier how Ian had tweeted his thoughts and how special it was to him to be involved in this main event match. And as I'm scrolling Instagram during our Twitter during our break, someone had an opinion that it should have been just a good match and that it doesn't really matter that it was two Black women that main evented this pay-per-view and that it seems extra to include that part. And I'm going to say this, with all disrespect, go to hell. These two women have worked so hard over the past 12 to 18 months to literally, one of them rebuild herself, leaving the biggest stage of wrestling in the world and risking everything to rebuild herself in a new company, to new fans who most of them notoriously hate where she came from and therefore did not give her a chance just because of where she came from. All of the hell that she experienced over there, to take a chance, to come here, and to be who she is now. Almost a couple of weeks shy of the longest reigning women's Ring of Honor champion ever. One of the most dominant reigns we have seen ever out of any women's champion in the current era. I will say it. And I love wrestling. I love Bianca Belair. She was an amazing Raw Women's Champion. She accomplished amazing things. What Athena is doing, she has put this company on her back. Y'all can say it's other people all y'all want to. It's Athena. She is doing it. And for Willow to be a name that was on the indies, that people weren't even really paying attention to unless you got the privilege to see her wrestle, to be where she is now, the Owen Hart Women's Champion, the former New Japan Strong Women's Champion, competing against Athena, competing against some of the best women in the world, competing over in Japan. If you don't think this is significant, I would implore you to do your history, do your research, and give a damn about something other than the basic women's wrestling, because this means so much to not only women's wrestling, to women's wrestlers of color, to even, like Lyric said, North American women's wrestling, period. These two have worked hard. They deserved this main event. Yes, it was a co-main event. They deserved to close the show. And they did not disappoint. If you did not see the callbacks of moves that they did for women that came before them, like, I don't know about y'all, but it was special to me. I'm glad we got to witness this. This is only the second time in Ring of Honor history that women have main evented, and the first time that it was two African-American women. It means something. And yes, it's 2023 and we're just now getting that accolade, but that's why it means something. That's why it's significant. And they didn't get it just because they're Black. They got it because they're talented as hell. Those women got out there and fought. So I don't know y'all's thoughts, but I just wanted to go ahead and get that part out of there.
Can I add a little something?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Meka, for that, because that needed to be said. And shout out to Ian for, getting those people together in his Twitter mentions. I think twofold. I'll say these two things. The first thing is that when we obviously looking at the history of Black people in this country, of Black women in particular, we already know that we already know that we have to work twice as hard.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be to get half as far. So the fact that these two women are here,
mm-hmm.
That they have been through some stuff. We already know that stuff that they probably don't even want to talk about. Stuff that they just realize that this is stuff that they're going to have to endure in order to get here. So we already know that. Then two, I just want to say that one, it was great. It was great learning, hearing about, they're paying homage to moves. For those who may be new to this space, I am new to wrestling still. And so certain things I did not know. I was like, oh, that's great that they're paying homage to, wrestlers that came before them. That is super special. And I'm excited to go back and to be able to, find these wrestlers and watch, tape on them and stuff like that. I will also say that being in these scrums, which we've all been in, and I noticed quickly, immediately within the first few months of watching wrestling and just getting into the media of it all, that those rooms lack women of color across the board, not just Black women, but women of color across the board.
Correct.
So women in general. So let me just say that. So
yes.
Women in general, because last night I was one of 3.
Yes, I was one of 3 when I was there. So
I was the only Black one.
And I was too. There was one white and one Hispanic.
Exactly. And Al can account for that too. So women across the board, but then when you break it down by race, it becomes even more minuscule, even smaller. So when we have something like that, we know that that's automatically going to reflect on what we see on our television screens. And so just to put that into context, like Meka said, it's not just surface level. It starts from the bottom, starts from the top down. Is that what I'm trying to say? So please keep that in mind, that this is really special. This is really important. And then also really think about why this is the first time we're seeing this and in 2023, and really start to think about, the media that you support. Of course, Women's Wrestling Talk, but there are other amazing women of color who are doing wonderful things for women's wrestling and for wrestling in general. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Al, any thoughts?
No, I mean, I agree. I think we all just want to be part of this space, and Aisha's right. I was in the room, there were 2 brown people, and there was maybe 5. I think that was the most in that room when we were in Vegas. And there were 2 brown people. Like Aisha said, she was the only Black woman there, and you kind of look around and you're like, I don't look like the other people here. Sometimes I think, Meka, you've been in rooms where people stare at you like you don't belong, but you're like, I do belong here. I know my stuff. And I want to be respected. I think we all just want to be respected in this place, because guys, we're doing this for free. I'm going to just put this all out here. We don't get paid to do this. We do this because we love y'all and we love talking about wrestling. And we get to do cool things because you watch us. And we just want to see ourselves in wrestling. Yeah. I mean, Aisha's new, but Meka and I have been watching wrestling, for years, since we were young and kids. And you get to see yourself in people, If I could have saw Willow when I was a child, a beautiful, thick girl, oh
my God, the way y'all were there when I met her. The way I was a little kid, just to see a beautiful plus-size woman that's being successful in wrestling and not being ridiculed or not being the butt of a fat joke all the time or whatever the case may be. she makes my heart just explode. I was like a little kid.
Exactly. That's
Like,
that's how I feel about.
we want to see, where we would have loved to see growing up, and I'm glad that our little ones get to see, what we didn't get to see.
That's why we're here. We want to be the people we didn't get to see,
Right.
and to talk about the thing we love and be like, yep, we belong here is all we want. And I think that's the same thing with them. They belong here in this main event spot, because we said this Thursday. We've been saying this. This story was the one that this whole pay-per-view was thrown together. Great, amazing, love to see it. This and Dark Order and Righteous were the only ones with the story for months that was continuous. This deserves it. And then to build this title up, this needed to be it. Put some respect on this Ring of Honor title, because there were women, when there were barely any Ring of Honor matches, fighting for this. Maria Kanellis has been fighting for this.
And Bobby Fish fighting.
This is what they want, and we get to see it, and it's so cool and like amazing. And halfway through, when I realized they were doing callbacks, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Same.
Like,
I was just
and it's so good, because Ring of Honor is just like, they acknowledge their history. So people like Aisha, me, I'm still new to Ring of Honor. I know a little bit. You get to be like, oh, okay, this is so-and-so. Let me look it back. I got my honor club. I'm going to pop it on. And it's just like, they deserve it. Athena is the best women's champion. I've been saying this for months. You're right. Bianca's amazing. All of these women are amazing. But nobody's doing it like Athena. She's the best champion we have. And how these two who started a year ago were already great to now is insane. You're right. Willow beat Mercedes Moné for the Strong Championship. No matter how it ended, why, reasons, that doesn't matter. She still won it. One of the best of all time. She got to go to Japan and show off, and it was respected in that company. This is perfect night. Like, this is just such a, and like, I don't know what the crowd was like, Aisha, but I could hear it. They were chanting and they were into it. It wasn't gross. There were some times during the show where I was like, this crowd is kind of, but women's wrestling was chanted. Like, they were on their feet. They were not like quiet.
The crowd was about it. I was concerned. I was concerned,
as we always are,
because people started to leave, and it wasn't a lot, but there were some people, and even the people behind me, I'm listening to them, and the two dudes were like, "Do you want right before they went on? Do you really want to stay for the women? I don't know. Do you ready?" And I was like, everything in me being like, I know y'all didn't just sit through almost 4 hours,
right?
I was really about to be that person. And then the dude next to him was like, no, I really want to stay. And I was like, thank you. In my head, I was like, thank you. But like, people started to trickle out a little bit, but it wasn't that many. But the crowd we were all into it, like focused. It was great.
They better be glad that we weren't there, because Keeks told y'all in a tweet when we were at Winter's Coming in Garland, and it was Tay, I think it was Tay and Anna Jay in a match, and people started moving around. We both was like, I know y'all better sit y'all ass down and watch this match. I know y'all ain't going to go get nothing to drink. You can wait. Like, you gonna watch these. And everybody was like, yeah, sit down. You gonna watch them today? Sit down.
But on the other hand, I love that the trash took itself out, because who knows what they would have said if they would have stayed.
Facts. Don't be messing up our vibe.
Yeah, but this is a moment, and you want to be in a good mood. Yeah. And now, everyone had discourse. I was going to say, everyone had discourse about AEW and Tony and wrestling this week. Look at this. Not saying it's perfect. Nothing is perfect.
Right.
But this match. But it's not going to be perfect all the time. It's not going to be sunshine and roses. We're not going to get everything we want all the time, but we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yep.
And like I said on Thursday, do not complain to me about Tony Khan's booking if you won't watch the women wherever he put them. If you are only watching Dynamite and you did not watch these two women main event on Rampage, or if you're not watching Ring of Honor where we get no less than 2 women's matches every week, except that one week where we had 5 and me and Al were literally like, oh my God, please. Like,
So tired.
and I mean, looked up, it was another women's match. Like,
Where's Cassidy?
explain to me, if you are not consuming women's wrestling where it is, if you were not watching Dark and Dark Elevation, if you're not watching NXT and Level Up and all of these other shows that do have women's matches, but you're complaining that they're not on Raw and they're not on SmackDown, you have to go where you're a fan of. And I tell y'all this all the time. They're not going to give people more television time than y'all give them support.
Yeah.
If you are not going where they are, if you're not pulling up to indie shows, if you're not doing what you need to do to make sure these people feel supported, do not get on Willow and Athena's internet and open your mouth to complain about not seeing women when you cut off the TV when they main event to Dynamite.
When I tell you
Rampage.
When I tell you that being in Boston and seeing the amount of people that left before Rampage main event, I was like, see, not your TBS champion, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
How are y'all making a mass exodus when you know this match is probably going to be 15 minutes tops? It's the last one. Y'all stayed all night. You can stay another 15 minutes and watch this. And the match was really, really good.
And they'll never know.
And they'll never know. I mean, unless they decide to watch it, play it back. But
we got 2 main events last night.
Yeah.
The match.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Willow comes out wearing red, looking absolutely stunning in her red. We see Mama Willow. We see Dad Willow. We see little brother Willow over there. The Nightengales over there supporting.
Beautiful family.
Of course, Ian and Caprice gems on commentary when the music starts. And then we have, and I didn't put the picture in here and I should have. It's in our WhatsApp. I can probably grab it real quick. The stunning picture of Athena in those wings. Our fallen goddess. And it may be the cover picture of this when they edit it. I'm not sure. Because I did share it. I should have pulled it out of WhatsApp to drop it in here. But Athena in those white wings, standing there, looking so stunning. Before she came down to the ring, our fallen goddess, like
the blood.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. And they came ready to fight. Athena had to get her head into it because Willow just beat her. So, Athena's not feeling great. The only loss that she's taken recently has been to Willow. So rightfully so, she had to get her mind back into it. She had to tap in. But when she did, and I'm just going to say it, the pounce is quickly rising to one of my favorite moves in wrestling right now. I love when Willow does it because for me, it's saying, I know I'm a plus size girl and you still going to catch this weight. The tumble into the stairs when she had Athena on the ground and she did her, like, it was just good. It was just good. There were so many times where I didn't know who was going to win. There were so many times that I was like, are we kicking out of this? Willow kicks out of Athena's finisher.
What, 2 O-faces we had?
Like, nobody's really ever done that. So for Willow to do it on pay-per-view as the main event, perfect. Yes, I thought it was over when the Dr. Bomb was hit too. Like, they both had to dig deep. And the way that Athena had to submit Willow shows that Athena knew that Willow is not weak. She had to put her entire body into that submission to get Willow to pass out because Willow was not going. Willow had rolled her over. She was about to pin her. Willow was like, "We not going down like this." Athena had to almost completely bridge to get Willow to pass out in that submission.
And Willow
That's
still
how
never gave up. She didn't give up.
she passed out.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Athena to actually respect and pay homage to Willow after that. We know who Athena is. We know her character, right? And we know that she's the bad girl, and but Athena knows that it took everything for her to win that match. And she had to show that respect to Willow. And all of us were a little hesitant because we were all kind of like, "Oh no, don't, because if she, no, don't." But then it was just a moment. It was a moment that they shared as women, as Black women in the middle of that ring after what they did. And it was beautiful. How did y'all feel?
I absolutely agree with you, especially on at the end, giving Willow her respect, but knowing who Athena is. It was great. It was that cute little kiss on the forehead. She's like, "We're done here. We're done with this," and it's so. I was cracking up. I loved it, and I think that is the thing that makes me love Athena so much. Right? It's because ultimately we see her having so much fun. But ultimately, she knows what this is. And she knows, she's like, "This is my division. This is my house. Like, this is what's going to happen. I may give you a respect, but not too much. Not too much."
Right.
And then we move on. I wash my hands of you.
They'll come back, girl.
She's like, this was, yeah, she was like, "This was cute. You did what you needed to do, but ultimately, this is, yeah, bye. This is mine. Goodbye." Love that. And I loved just hearing the crowd just building and building and building and building and showing their love for Willow. And to see Willow's growth, not just over these past few months, but over the past year.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, like a star, So a star. Al, what do you think?
I agree with all of it. But you're right. This was the perfect just bow on the end of this feud. It's the respect, but then also we get after the show. She's Athena. She's still gonna knock her out. She's like, "All right." But this match was so good. Like I said before, the callbacks that because they respect this business so much. They respect the women that came before them, and they knew this was a big moment, and it was so good. And then Willow's dad with the phone filming, so good. And he was fully camera out ringside. And the outside stuff was perfect. It was just so perfectly placed of the stair spot that was just enough violence. And then Willow showing how strong she is, and she had to get Willow, Athena had to dig so deep because this is the defining feud for Athena. This is her person that this is going to define probably her entire championship run. She beat her. Now she could do anything is how she's going to feel.
Right.
So I don't know who can beat her. We've been saying this. We thought Willow was the one. I don't even know who can stop her. If she wants to do a Roman style reign, 1,000 days, I'm not mad at it.
Not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. Do you?
Casey asked, "Do we think this is the right outcome?"
Yes.
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 Yeah. Because I think this is something that I would love to revisit in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like Athena is doing the Lord's work right now, building Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And it should not be until next year sometime that she really does lose this title. She needs to go into Final Battle as champion and come out Final Battle as champion. That is where she won this title. I was there. So I feel like we have to make sure that Athena, her time as champion matches her work as champion. When it's Willow's time, it's going to be her time and it's going to be perfect. And honestly, Willow doesn't even need to be Ring of Honor champion. I feel like she can go and take it off of Toni Storm, or she can go and take it off of Chris Statlander. You know, I feel like Willow deserves any belt. It's not just the Ring of Honor title, but Athena is Ring of Honor right now. She really is. And people can feel like it's Claudio. People can feel like it's whoever. Athena, the fallen goddess, is Ring of Honor. And it was right for her to win. Would we have been mad if Willow won? Absolutely. But was this the right decision? Absolutely. It absolutely was.
Well, she's been the most consistent champion. She's been on every single Ring of Honor show since its return.
Mm-hmm.
She's main evented the show. She's literally done so many eliminators. I don't see Joe doing that. I don't see Claudio doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I said what I said. I love those boys. Lucha Bros, we kind of forgot that we were tag champions. But we don't forget that Athena is Ring of Honor champion. Women's champion. She's putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
And giving the opportunity for others to shine.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I think, to me anyway, the mark of a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Who recognizes who they are and is not afraid to let others shine because they know what they bring to the table. It's not going to take away from them.
Yep.
And being smart and being like, it's only going to enhance me, right? So yeah. And then on a side note, a lot of people were posting, you know, after this, that the match that started it all, Athena versus Jody Threat with Dark Elevation. And I remember watching it, right, back when I was like watching Dark Elevation, but I didn't really like remember it. And so I revisited this morning actually. And I was like, oh yeah. Yep.
That's when she started.
Yep.
That's when she started. The
Yep.
Fallen Goddess started.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right though, Aisha. That's a great point. Is that I loved with this particular feud, Athena showed that she was scared of Willow. And it's because, I know who that girl is. I fought her. Like, I know what it took. Like, I've seen what she's done. I've lost to her. No, I don't want to put my perfect record and championship on the line to someone that beat me. No, I don't. It showed that very human side of her that was like, should I do this? Because she could beat me for real. And then the whole segment of, we talked about it on Thursday, of, you know, her trying to tell Jerry and Stokely that she wasn't wrestling the match and she was going to go to Tony. And Tony was like, no, it's unanimous. You're wrestling the match. And she just like storms off and has a whole temper tantrum and then like kills old girl in the ring with one punch. Like all of that feeds into the fact that there's that respect there. And that Ember Moon, formerly Ember Moon, now Athena, is the veteran. And she knows, and she has this experience, and she can use that to her advantage, and she does. So you're right, Aisha. That was a great point. She is standing a standard right now. Willow is just the second woman to beat Athena since, exactly. Willow snapped her 45 match unbeaten streak. Technically yes, but technically no.
Yeah.
Because she did in AEW, her Ring of Honor streak is still intact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This is the way,
guys.
This is it. This is the way you win a pay-per-view, man.
Yeah. All pay-per-views, just beginning to end.
It was a great show. Death Before Dishonor was wonderful. I think that's the last picture on the.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're done.
What do you got overall? What did you guys think about the show?
I thought it was great.
Amazing.
Again, going into it didn't know what the matches were right until like the last minute. I was like, okay, come on now. But yeah, I thought it was really good. It was really enjoyable, and there's definitely something about seeing it live with other people, but also seeing on the technical end, as I tend to do, right? Seeing it on the technical end, just really, really awesome just to see how it all just comes together, not just this pay-per-view, but the shows week after week.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah. Top to bottom, and I'm sure that was so hard for Tony to put this together because people are out, people are injured, people in G1, people are, what are we doing? I don't know if this person's cleared or not. This is such a great show. I don't even know what to, it's just almost perfect, nothing's going to be perfect, but that main event was perfect. That was the right call. Tony actually listened. We all said this is what it deserves. And, he does respect wrestling. And as much as we criticize him, he did listen to us. And it's just such a good night. And I hope this is a new way we're going, somewhere we're going in the right direction. I feel good. I feel good about this pay-per-view.
I'm excited, and I'll say that because I know that the next one we'll get is going to be Final Battle, and if this is a inkling of what's to come with Final Battle, it's going to be amazing, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm actually grateful for Tony Khan for saving Ring of Honor, because if Tony wouldn't have purchased what he purchased, we wouldn't even got this. Who knows what we would have gotten. And for Ian and Caprice to say that they are honored to be a part of something that's so inclusive and so diverse and so welcoming, it means a lot. So Tony really did show that he's the alternative with this show, if that makes sense. He's always said it, and we see inklings of it, but this definitely just, it puts the icing on the cake for me. And so I'm excited, like we said, to see what's to come week in, week out. They've been giving phenomenal shows regardless of crowd reaction. And so I just hope they continue. We got some big things we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to see what's going to happen with Shane Taylor. We're looking forward to see what's going to happen with AR Fox and Orange Cassidy. The Lucha Brothers and the Best Friends and the Death Triangle. We all into that. What's going to happen with Dark Order and the Righteous? What's going to happen with Mogul Embassy? Who's going to actually be able to have a team to take the titles off of them? Because right now they are just running rampant in the 6-man division. What's going to happen with Maria? Is she actually going to fight Trish like she owes Trish, or is she not? What is Layla Hirsch doing? Layla Hirsch and Sky Blue are now having beef. We have so much to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like, and like Joseph said, tonight's winner of House of Black and Julia Hart, they got to watch their back because we don't know what's going to happen. We got a whole collision tonight. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. It's exactly, Joseph. So many great questions coming out of last night. And this is what makes me excited to be a wrestling fan. This is the stuff that makes you tune in and week out. Not that other companies are not doing amazing things, because we all know what's happening with the Bloodline over there is cinema. Okay? It is chef's kiss. What Jay and Roman are doing right now, everything. And even Charlotte, Asuka, and Bianca. It's great over there. But Ring of Honor and AEW got some stuff for you too. So, Impact got some stuff for you too. Because while all of this is going on, we got Trinity as our Knockouts champion. It's a beautiful time in wrestling right now.
Yeah, we're spoiled right now.
So And I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen with Ricky Starks and CM Punk, because apparently there's some little discourse there. So get y'all drinks ready tomorrow, because the three of us will be back.
Yeah, we'll be at full force tomorrow.
We're here to discuss the Royal Rampage Rumble with the 75 people and who won that and all of that. We're going to
Suzuki? You can't just throw Suzuki on a Rampage during a pay-per-view. Tony, why you like this? Anyways.
We got a lot to discuss.
Tomorrow.
And it was Marina, right? Shafir.
Yep.
And then we got a whole collision card to discuss tonight. Listen, it's tomorrow, the Collision crew. We are here now. We will be here for you tomorrow. Have your drinks ready if you're drinking alcoholic or not. We have a brunch time show where we're going to bring you guys the rest of the feels from all of this other stuff that has happened, because baby, the stuff is still happening. Okay. And
Aisha's going to be at Collision, so she can tell us all the tea.
Girl, you've
had a great week.
You're going to be wrestling out.
Yeah.
I need to go to sleep because I don't understand how y'all be doing this. I'm like, this is what y'all be doing? I need a nap.
Yeah, you're fine. Just drink some coffee and some Red Bull. You just have a little snacky snack. That's
now you know how you felt Mania weekend. Oh my God. All of those shows, Mania weekend, I was a dead body on Monday. Like, honestly. And then so we got Wembley coming up. We got All In and All Out. We have so much happening. So much happening. Let's see. Yeah. Exactly. No spoilers. Exactly, Eric. Great time to be a wrestling fan. Mm-hmm. Yep. And the media was probably till 1 or 2. Yeah, we're there pretty late when we do the scrum.
We actually got out a little early because they started at 11:30 East Coast time. So we actually got out maybe like an hour later. So like 12:45.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
Good job, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just on the West Coast. He wants to just keep us for hours.
He said it was still early. It's fine.
Oh, we were out early though in Vegas. We were out before midnight. So
yeah, Final Battle, we were not out before midnight. It was like 1.
Yeah.
But it was a lot that
people gotta sleep.
First pay-per-view with Ring of Honor, and it was a lot that was going on, a lot of questions. So, we were there a little later. But starting with Aisha, where can they find you? Other than at all of the shows.
You can listen, this is it. I will not be going anywhere else for a minute. I say that now. You can find me on Twitter at Aisha Watches. You can also find me on Instagram. It's my first and last name, Aisha Lomax. It's a little different over there. It's just kind of randomness, not a whole bunch of wrestling. You can kind of find that on Twitter. And then also, if you all want to join us on Thursdays, we were doing Women's Wrestling Army since that has now ended, and we are waiting to hear announcements about if it's coming back. We are Lyric and Shay and I we're talking about Joshi wrestling, which is I'm so excited about because that is new to me. It is new to Shay. But Lyric is like the girl. She is like a walking encyclopedia.
That's the one.
So she's taking the reins on that, but we're really excited to dive into that. So please join us because of course we're trying to provide you with, again, all the different aspects, all the different promotions. We're doing our best. So join us there Thursdays, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Also, Aisha, I know with everything that is going on with the screenwriting, acting, producing world, is there anything that we can be doing to support you during this time, or anything that you would like to say or express? I'm going to give you the floor because we care about you in and out of wrestling. So
I appreciate that. You know what? I guess I don't really talk about it very much, but I am an actor. Yes. So if you Google, I'm an actor. If you all have been paying attention to the industry, you know that the writers went on strike in May, and now the actors are currently on strike. I am a part of the union. I'm a proud SAG-AFTRA member. So I am currently on strike, which means that I won't be really participating in any of like the big productions, right? So the way that you all can support us is just to stay informed about what's going on, because this is obviously, the industry is small in that aspect, but it is a reflection of what's going on on a larger scale with different industries. So it's not just the Hollywood industry, UPS and with the airlines. So there's a whole lot going on. So just kind of stay informed and don't cross the picket lines. And if you see any picketers out, just show them love, show them support. And in the meantime, yeah, I am here until you'll find me on the picket lines, probably the week after next, once my ankle fully heals, because a sprain, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
This is another reason we're a crew. We're all clumsy. We just talked about this.
The sidewalks be kicking my behind.
Good. Thank you. I would just wanted people to, remember that we are dual human beings and we have loves and passions outside of wrestling, and that, I want to make sure that that Al and I support you in wrestling and out, and we'll do anything that we can to help. So we are going to do exactly as you said, make sure that we are staying informed, sharing things, and supporting everyone, because you guys deserve whatever the hell it is that you asked for, and that's on period. Yeah. So that's it. Al.
Oh yeah, you know where to find me. Alia 2_. Start following Alia Pod on things. Instagram will be soon. Instagram's being weird and saying I'm a bot, so I gotta fight them for it. But it's coming soon, and I'm holding myself accountable to make it a thing. And as cool as it'll be, I don't know what it's gonna be, but we'll figure out. We'll talk some wrestling. We'll have these ladies on. We'll have friends on. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna go on a journey, and we're gonna have podcasts. So, yay!
It's gonna be great. Yeah, already.
That's a tentative logo, guys. So that is not the official ending. That is shout out to my best friend for making that for me. But yeah. Again, don't cross picket lines of any kind. Actors and writers deserve what they deserve because they work hard. So,
okay.
Watch wrestling.
Yeah, watch wrestling. Y'all know where to find me. Meek the Mage, Mega Imagine, all the things. I actually just had an idea that I'm going to talk to these ladies about when we get off of here that I think will be super cool. And if TK loves it, I think you guys might want to be a part of it. So I might have some news for y'all tomorrow. I think it'll be super freaking exciting, but I will keep y'all posted. Other than that, y'all know I'm just keeping up trouble wherever I go. So support us, and we love you guys. And thank you guys for tuning in on a random Saturday afternoon with us for almost 2 hours talking Death Before Dishonor. We will see you guys tomorrow for Sizzling Sunday Collision. Get your drinks ready, get your thoughts ready. We're going to get into it, and we're going to cover everything. And until then, you guys be safe tonight. Have a wonderful day. Support actors, writers, screenplayers, producers, airline industry, waiters. Please remember that them advocating for more money should not bother you because you're not paying the person to do it. It does not affect your pockets. If you want more money, change your job industry or strike on your own. Other than that, love you guys. See you later. Have a good one. Bye.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.